The gray predella panels along the bottom of the north and south walls together give a sense of the worker's day at Ford's River Rouge plant. In this one, Henry Ford lectures the workers about an engine. It's filled not only with figures, but with information.
It contains a lot of references to different art traditions.
Nancy Jones.
While it also conveys something of the labor management issues at the time. Ford is giving a lecture on an engine, and if you focus in on this engine, it looks remarkably like a little dog. The gear shaft is the tail of the dog, and you can see his little face, and the paws below. The image of the dog/engine relates to a type of ceramic that was found in very deep elite graves on the west coast of Mexico. In these graves, these little fat-bellied, short-legged dogs were there to represent the guide that would lead the spirit of the deceased into the next world. So what Rivera is doing here is he's creating an analogy between this pre-Columbian art and the engine, in that the dog guided the spirit from one place to another, moved the spirit, just as the motor is the part of the car that moved the car from one place to another. There are references to the European tradition as well here. The pose of Henry Ford with his hand lifted up and one finger up is a pose that goes back to ancient Greek art. It's known in art history as the philosopher's pose, and what it means is, I am speaking, I am saying things of weighty import.
Ford looks somewhat intimidating, with his furrowed brow and dramatic gesture, and the worker sitting at the end of the bench looks a little less than human, almost ape-like. But there's something else going on.
The worker in front is holding the pose of another famous sculpture, which is the Thinker. The Detroit Institute of Arts owns one of the versions of the Thinker, which Rivera would have seen here. And so he is clearly identifying the worker with the Thinker.